Forgiveness. It's an 11-letter word that causes thought when it's heard. It's an action that we want to receive, but sometimes find it hard to believe that others could actually achieve the right to my forgiveness. And I don't fully know if I understand this forgiveness. You see, because some say I should just move on and forget. But then what? They get to live a life without regret? Because they're the ones who are to blame. It's them. They're the ones that should be covered in shame, not me, not my name. I should not be the one going insane. I should not be the one carrying this pain. And yet here I am. And it's like I'm programmed to replay those moments in my mind, time after time after time after time. My thoughts feel like they're stuck on rewind, and I need to find a way out of this misery. Can't you see? I just want to be free. Maybe I should just forgive. But sometimes I relive that anger and the pain, and I find it hard to contain when I know I should just abstain and refrain from putting those thoughts inside of my brain. I shouldn't let bitterness grow inside my heart. I shouldn't even let it start. I should set myself apart. Do not add to cart. You can outsmart this. You don't need to reminisce. You don't have to carry unforgiveness. And I think I'm starting to understand. It's like trying to build my house upon sand. It's a design that's very poorly planned. So I should take a stand. I should get my mind right. And yes, this is probably going to be a bit of a fight, but I can choose to fix my thoughts on things that are right and true, even though sometimes I really just want to say, God, please help me. Because I have no clue. What do I say? What do I do? And the one who's forgiven the most ever, God, it's you. You've forgiven me of more than anyone ever could. And you've been there for me more than anyone probably ever should. This is forgiveness understood.
How do you feel when somebody treats you unfairly? When they maybe damage your reputation, when they offend you, when they do something that really hurts. You know, more internally than maybe on the outside, but what do you do with that? Have you ever felt shortchanged? You've invested more in something than you've been given back. You poured into people more than they gave you back. Maybe a project at work, you were all in. You were so committed, or maybe a ministry at church or some group or some relationship, you were like all in, and you know, you put 100 in and you only got 60 back. You were shortchanged. You can't really go through life without experiencing that, with being shortchanged. Treat people better than they treat you back. And so all of a sudden we have those thoughts and feelings underneath the surface. Left unchecked, left unhealed, left undealt with, it can turn into some resentment, can turn into bitterness. We kind of put a Band-Aid on that wound until somebody maybe bumps into us again, and all of a sudden all this pent-up emotion and anger and frustration comes spilling out over all of our relationships. That's what happens when we feel shortchanged. And maybe it's not just what people do to us. Sometimes we do it to ourselves because maybe we compare ourselves to somebody else. We see another married couple and we're like, oh, they're so happy, they're talking so much, they're just so in love, and we turn over to our spouse and we don't know what to say. We don't have anything to say. You're on scrolling through social media and you see all these other people having so much fun and they're going some kind of vacay, and you're like, oh, I wish I had that. I wish we had that. I feel like I'm getting gypped. I feel like I'm getting ripped off. You're 40 years old and you're still single. You didn't expect that. At first it was kind of cute, but now you're getting kind of tired of it. You didn't expect that. You thought you'd be married and have a family. Or maybe you've been married for 30 years and now he doesn't want anything to do with you, or she doesn't want any, she's gone. Maybe you gave your heart and soul to a company for 35 years and now they don't want you anymore. They call it downsizing, which is supposed to make it easier, but truth is they really don't want you anymore. You've been shortchanged. And so there's a bunch of people, maybe an auditorium filled with people, who walk around having been taken advantage of, having been shortchanged, feeling like something has been taken from them, stolen from them. And so now they kind of walk through life like, you owe me. You owe me. I gave my part. I expect at least something. You owe me. But we go through this life with unhealed wounds and wondering what to do with that. So what do we do with it? Forgive. Jesus defines forgiveness. I cancel your debt. You don't owe me anymore. I feel like you stole something from me. I feel like you shortchanged me. I feel like maybe you ripped me off, but I've decided that you don't owe me anymore. I cancel your debt. That's what forgiveness really is. Now, how do we get there? When you look at your own hurt, your unmet expectations, your disappointments, maybe your family background, your past, all the baggage that you brought that you carry on life, you bring into relationships. When you think of it in terms that someone has taken from you, they've stolen from you, they've maybe robbed you, and so they owe you. That's why we say, you owe me an apology. I mean, you did something and you owe me an apology. I was high up on your priority list and now everything else comes first. You owe it to me to want to spend some time with me. You owe it to me to quit using. Quit drinking. You owe it to me. You owe it to me to treat me with respect, to not humiliate me in public. People that maybe disappoint you and that maybe they've hurt you, guess what? They've been shortchanged too. If you dig deep enough into their story and their life, you know that they've been shortchanged. I mean, the dad who struggled to express affection to you, you look at his dad and his dad's dad, and they were shortchanged. They couldn't give you what they didn't have. And so we got a bunch of people walking around, you owe me. And as long as that's in there, guess what? There's not going to be healing. There's not going to be any forgiveness in there. And anybody who bumps into that wound is going to now feel your pain. Your hurt is going to become their hurt. And I know we want to pay them back. We think, yes, we wouldn't use the word revenge, but that's really what it is. We camouflage revenge with, they need to feel what I felt. I want to give them a taste of their own medicine. That's revenge is what that is. What, you're not healed. It doesn't go away. It's only momentary satisfaction. And then we keep people at arm's length. We've been hurt so much that we protect ourselves and we have a hard time showing affection. Words go unspoken, affections withheld. We live behind walls and we just bump into each other all the time. So, how long am I going to live with that poison inside of us? You decide. I'll decide. You and I lost our right not to forgive at the cross. We lost our right. Because think about it. You've been forgiven for so much. I've been forgiven so much. An insurmountable debt. We could never pay God back. We've been imprisoned in our own sinfulness. So God, what did He do? He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, clothed in flesh, but blood flowing through him, and through the currency of his own blood, he made the payment. He took the keys from heaven. He unlocked those prison doors of sin. He opened it up and said, come on. He who the Son sets free is free indeed. And he said, I cancel your debt. You don't owe me anymore. Whew. That's the gospel. That's the good news. And when you believe that and you receive that and you begin to let that truth begin to circulate in your bloodstream, you're born again. There's a new life. But even a mature Christian can go through life and still be hurt and let that resentment carry things in our own heart that corrupt our lives. I cancel your debt. You don't owe me anything. You're free and I'm free. No, they did me wrong and I'm mad about it. Can I get a pass, God? Do I have to really deal with it? Do I have to forgive? Can't I just keep, giving them the cold shoulder? God says no. I've canceled your debts. Now you need to cancel others. So instead of saying, no, I'm not going to forgive, we say, God, in light of what you've done for me, you've canceled my debts. I am choosing to cancel the debts of those around me. We lost our right to not forgive at the cross. Forgiveness really benefits the one that's been hurt. We think it benefits the other person, and it does. But how they respond to that is really between them and God. But it really benefits you. You see, it's more than just letting somebody off the hook for something that they did. Really what's at stake is your own freedom, the freedom from the prison of your own unforgiveness. And once you forgive, that's when you begin to walk in freedom and the healing journey begins. I say journey because it's not just a one and done overnight thing. It's a journey. But until you forgive, there will not be that freedom in Christ that maybe you've experienced to some degree, but so easily we can get entrapped again. And the consequences of not forgiving, there's so many different areas. Personally, if you're a person who lacks compassion and mercy, you're going to hold everybody accountable. Everybody's got to play by the rules. Everybody's got to do it according to your control, trying to control outcomes. You're going to be a lonely person. Physically, it's going to affect you when it comes to carrying that load of stress. Anxious when you're around certain people, avoiding certain things and certain conversations, certain people. Relationally, you're going to have some toxicity in your own relationships. Unable to confront and know what to do with those emotions that you've been taught to stuff all of your life and be tough. Those are the consequences. But when we look at forgiveness as it benefits the one who's been hurt, this isn't about getting two people together and, laying everything all the cards on the table, unscrambling all the eggs, tying up all the loose ends in the relationship. It's not about that. You may not have a relationship with them now or forever. And for some of you, that might be the appropriate boundary that you need. Maybe they're not in your life, but you still have to forgive. You have to do it for your own freedom because you're the one who benefits. But to get deeper, you've got to go to the emotion. You've got to move from the event and into the emotion. And really what you have to do, you got to feel it. You got to learn to express it. Don't stuff it. Don't stuff it. You got to express it. Because then you have to mourn it. And here's why. Because the second thing is this. Cancel the debt, make a decision that they don't owe you anymore. And here's why. Because whatever was taken from you, whatever you missed out on, whatever you lost, guess what? They can't pay you back anyways. They can't give you back those years when they were 15 and 16 and they made your life hell on earth. that debt is unrepayable. So what are you going to do with it? Continue to carry that around with you, or can you make a decision to cancel that debt? You know how freeing that is? It takes work. But here's probably the best news. When you do that, now look it. You'll be ready to use your hurt no longer as an excuse. Well, this is why I react that way. This is why I'm on edge. This is why I keep people there. You'll take that hurt that you used as an excuse or maybe an explanation, and now you'll be able to help someone else. Until you get there, you're not going to be able to help people very much. You can't take somebody where you haven't gone. And then you'll be able to take with the devil, the pain and shame that the devil wanted to bury you in, now you're going to be able to use it for God's glory. When you get there, then, wow, that's ministry. You'll take that hurt that you used as an excuse or maybe an explanation, and now you'll be able to help someone else. Until you get there, you're not going to be able to help people very much. You can't take somebody where you haven't gone. And then you'll be able to take with the devil, the pain and shame that the devil wanted to bury you in, now you're going to be able to use it for God's glory.
Thank you for watching. And if this video spoke with you today, we encourage you to post, share it, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications, so the next time we post, you'll get the video.